Galnet News Update, 12th of May, 3312. It's been a big week for news in the more distant parts of the galaxy. The Distant Worlds 3 expedition is coming to the end of its 15-stop tour of the galaxy, and colonisation crews working for Project Galtea have started preparing for their next push, which will create colonies more than 10,000 light-years from Sol.
Distant Worlds 3 has been making its way around the galaxy since the 18th of January, visiting a selection of systems of interest. Having visited Beagle Point early in the expedition, it comes as no surprise that the event will formally conclude with a ceremony or parting of the ways somewhere in the gap between Sagittarius A star and Sagittarius B, the supermassive black hole's little brother. Having parted their ways, expedition members will, for the most part, hop back on board one of the 4 fleet carriers for a coach trip back to the bubble. The Pillar of Chister is expected to depart first, with the Odysseus and Distant Suns both following on Sunday the 15th of May. The Fimbulthal will be heading in a slightly different direction, at a time not yet confirmed, to visit the other famous supermassive black hole, the Great Annihilator, and the Azura Initiative, which is building a new bubble using only fleet carriers. In another year or two, the Azura Initiative might have the opportunity to build proper starports there, because trailblazer colonisation is heading their way much faster than we here at Galnet News Digest had ever expected.
Most system architects want to colonise a single system and make it their own. A few more adventurous commanders will colonise more, perhaps a dozen. Just a few dedicated teams have made it their work to colonise outwards from the bubble towards some distant goal. The Children of Raxxla, for example, have been building a string of colonised systems towards the Heart and Soul nebulas and the Zurara megaship. There are colonised systems to the Orion Nebula, the Elephant's Trunk and North America nebulas. Systems around Guardian and Thargoid space have been colonised, and there are 3 long spurs of colonised systems heading east from the bubble. Perhaps the most impressive colonisation effort is that made heading towards the galactic core. A thick trunk route of colonised systems heads due north to the M7 and M20 sectors, where it starts branching into smaller routes heading northwest to the Eagle sector and east to NGC 5315, while the Dukes of Mekun and the Ukrainian Pilots Federation continue to drive due north. The Explorers of Nebudis' Project Galtea has recently broken away to the northeast, and their latest superhub colony, Pleo IM UC-V D2-159, which they know as Ridorana, is currently the furthest colonised system from Sol, at 9,700 light-years distant.
In common with most colonisation efforts of this type, the Explorers of Nebudis build a string of outposts, and then every couple of thousand light-years they build a fully developed commercial hub which supplies the commodities needed to drive the colonisation effort still further into the black. When Ridorana is built out to their satisfaction, the next colonisation drive is expected to surpass 10,000 light-years from Sol in a matter of weeks. To celebrate their progress, on Saturday the 9th of May, members of the Project Galtea undertook to build a Dodak primary starport in Ridorana in less than an hour. With 24 fleet carriers and squadron carriers full of the required commodities, the fleet of Panther Clippers managed to complete the build in less than 48 minutes. Technical issues with 4 of the ships and another overheating caused delays, with members of the project confident that they will be able to better their achievement at the next super hub and complete a Dodak build in perhaps as little as 30 minutes.
The Trailblazers initiative has allowed commanders to colonise systems 10,000 light-years from Sol in just 15 months. In another 2 years, it's possible we may have colonised the systems not only around the Great Annihilator, but even as far as the centre of the galaxy, Sagittarius A star. The Distant Worlds 3 organisers have said that no matter how far the expedition travelled, they were never far from home. In another few years, their final waypoint may well have been surrounded by the homes of thousands of commanders as part of a new colonization superhub, making exploring the centre of the galaxy a very different experience indeed.